Well, we made it to day 40 of 50 days of trash, which means that today we're about 80% done with this challenge. Not about, exactly 80% done with this challenge. And so after today, there's only 10 days left. So I went up today and I went through videos, but specifically VHS videos. So, and it occurred to me, you know, I'm dating myself. I have all of these videos in VHS, and it occurred to me, I thought, you know, there could very easily be a lot of people who have no idea what a VHS video is. And so there were fewer than I expected. I think I must have gotten rid of some of them. But a VHS, we had these cassettes like this, and they went into a video cassette player or video cassette recorder, and they came out in somewhere in the 80s, in the early to mid 80s, and for a while this is what you did. And so you know, and that was even before Blockbuster, which for those of you who've never heard of Blockbuster, when we started getting these, and these are pretty expensive, they were 20, 25, 30 bucks a piece. And so Blockbuster started renting them. They had these, you know, they had stores you'd go to and you could rent these things, and people kind of liked that a little bit better because it was less expensive. And anyway, we had a VHS player recorder, and the other thing you would do is like you would get blank tapes and you record television shows. You know, not as many people had cable or streaming services, and you had, you know, if you missed a show, you wouldn't have a chance to see it, so you'd record it, and then you'd fill up a tape with about, I don't know, 10 or 12 hours of shows, and then it's like, oh, let's spend all day Saturday watching all these shows. It's like, oh my gosh, shoot me now. I don't but this was a big deal. And I can recall this was really big with my kids. And as you're going to see, most of these are kind of kid-friendly. Not all, but most of these are kind of kid-friendly VHS tapes. So this is The Nightmare Before Christmas. And this is The Lion King. And Toy Story, and Muppet Christmas Carol, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Balto. I don't know if you all ever saw Balto, but my kids love this, and it was a good story. I didn't know any of that about Balto before I saw this film. Tarzan, Miracle on 34th Street, and we had kind of a Christmas tradition. We would watch this every year at Christmas. So Michael. I'm gonna come back to that. Well, no, I'll go ahead and do it. This is a training video, emergency first response. I don't know if I can even call myself a scuba diver anymore because I haven't gone in more than 15 years, I guess. But I used to scuba dive a lot, and I got trained as a rescue diver, and so that's just part of the training. Emergency first response, I had to learn a little bit about some first aid, and here's the other thing, rescue diver. So I had that designation so that if there was an emergency on a dive, I was prepared for it. A Bowflex fitness instructional video, there we go. Beethoven, always a favorite with the kids. Hocus Pocus, we used to watch this every Halloween, multiple times. I don't know what this is. It says This one says Monty Python. I don't know that I can take that to Goodwill. I don't think anybody'd be interested in that. Christmas shows for kids. This was one where we used the VHS and we recorded all of these and kept them, and the kids would watch them every year at Christmas. I don't think it's something that I could, give to Goodwill. And so I'm not really sure. I guess this is something that I just have to throw in the trash. Field of Dreams, also an excellent movie. Three Amigos. And this again, I guess I'm just going to have to throw away. It's A Christmas Carol. Apparently we recorded it when it played one year on TV. So how many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's 17 of these, and Goodwill told me they'll take them. So I'm going to take those. These three I'm probably going to throw away. And full disclosure, I have maybe a half dozen left upstairs that were videos we took of the family, of the kids when they were little. And they're on VHS. And so I kept those. I'm going to see if I can take those and have those somehow preserved. I don't know how they did that. A number of years ago, I did that with old pictures. I think it was sort of the same thing. I had some videos, and I asked them to take them, and they were able to take them, but they put them on a CD-ROM, which no longer can do. They also had them, I also put them to the cloud, although I don't know where they are anymore. But if I recall correctly, they can transfer them and they can preserve them for you, but when they do that, it will destroy the tape. And so one of the things, it was disappointing to me because one of the tapes I took a number of them, and it was my oldest son. He was in a little swing, and he was laughing and laughing and laughing. And more than anything on that video, that's what I wanted. And but it didn't transfer any of the sound, none of the sound. And so they just played music behind it. And so that, I was just heartbroken because that was the part I wanted. And so I guess I have to prepare myself for that with those upstairs too. There may not be any sound, so we may not be able to hear any of it, what's going on. However, the alternative is that you don't have those videos at all. So I'm going to look into it and see, and we'll see. But these are going to Goodwill. Those are going in the trash. I'm going to look into seeing if I can preserve those other ones. And that's my VHS. I do have still a lot of DVDs, and I'm still thinking about whether or not to get rid of those, because I do still have a DVD player. I don't use it very often, but I could still play those. And so I have to think about that a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of those or not, but I might. So anyway, day 40, 50 days of trash. And so we got 10 days more. And I have to kind of go through my list and see what we're going to do. It's like I said, at the very beginning, I thought, oh my gosh, am I going to have enough to do? And then as we kind of been getting toward the end, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know. And there's some things, I made a big list to kind of make sure, kind of planning toward the end. And I'm looking at them, and some of them are like, I don't know, I'm not really sure that that's a good one. But there's every day I find something else that I isn't on the list, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get rid of that too. So one of the things I'm going through, and we're doing this, and there were two big things that were on my list, and that I've been kind of putting them off, and that was stuff in the garage and stuff in the attic. And for the main part, we've barely touched those. I mean, almost all of this stuff has been stuff stashed away inside the house. So that just goes to tell you. So, all right, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, please like it for me or share it with a friend. You know, maybe you have a family member who has, you know, who needs a little gentle, you know, hey, you know, you may have a problem, kind of kind of thing, and maybe you can share it with that family member. I'm not saying you do, but if you do, and like I said, this is always a no judgment area. You know, but we're getting rid of trash. We're going to get rid of all this stuff. And 10 days left. So listen, I hope you have a fantastic day. And I hope I will see you tomorrow for day 41 of 50 days of trash. Take care, everybody. Bye.